Hello everyone, this is Victoria Hargis from OMS3, and today I have the great pleasure to be talking to you about YouTube, specifically how your business can leverage this popular social media platform to build your business. We've got a lot of great content to cover today, so let's get right to it. So what is YouTube marketing? We're going to get on the same page and make sure that we all are using the same definition. Here's one that I use. YouTube marketing is a subset of social media marketing that uses video content to promote a business and its products and services, as well as add value, entertain, and educate users. Hopefully that's simple enough that we can all agree to it. I always like to address the question of who cares, because really, I don't know if you know whether it's going to work for your business or not, but let's just discuss it. If you registered for this webinar, the chances are pretty good that you have some idea that YouTube's has a potential to help your business. But maybe there's some skeptics in the audience today who still need convincing, and the stats on this slide should help. As you can see, everyone is on YouTube at some point or another, and usage continues to go up every year. In fact, look at the growth of YouTube versus that of TV viewing. Online video is absolutely exploding in popularity, and you can be sure that YouTube has a competitive eyes on it on the major television networks and even the movie studios. Oops. Here's a great illustration of the popularity of YouTube. 100 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute in 2014. And you can see the growth over the years, starting at 8 hours in 2007. And there are now 3 billion YouTube views every day. That's 3 billion with a capital B. And that's hard to even comprehend. What's more, YouTube is the 4th most visited site on the web. And it is also the 2nd most popular search engine on the planet. It's ahead of both Yahoo and Bing. And according to data from ComScore, an internet research firm, the fact is that in 2009, YouTube had 50% more search activity than Yahoo itself. The other thing is that many people don't know about YouTube is that it's a social network, and it's growing more social every day as video becomes more the center of people's internet experience. This is a screenshot of YouTube trying to make a bunch of connections with other YouTube users for this account. It's suggesting to you people that you might want to connect with. They really want people to connect. So why is YouTube so popular? The foundation of YouTube popularity is the fact that video in general is just engaging, plain and simple. For most people, it's much more entertaining than reading. But YouTube in particular has some really cool features that have made it increasingly popular versus the competition. First of all, hosting and distribution is free. And how else can you reach this many people with your content without spending a dime? This means you can save bandwidth costs by hosting videos on YouTube servers. It's a real savings. Also, it's very easy to promote your video and encourage sharing with YouTube built-in sharing tools. YouTube is very social and viral by nature, and the site gives you the tools to encourage sharing. And lastly, because it's run by Google, which is all about data, as we all know, YouTube offers awesome analytics to help you see how people are engaging with your content. So the question is, are you using this incredibly popular medium to reach buyers and add value to your customer experiences? The data is clear. You'd be crazy to ignore this opportunity. So let's investigate some of the top misconceptions about YouTube, about video marketing in general, and YouTube in particular. Myth number 1. YouTube is just for wasting time online. It's just silly videos of cats and babies. And while, of course, there are a lot of cats and baby videos on YouTube, that's certainly not the extent of it. YouTube is a microism of the larger internet and really the world. There's good, there's bad, and everything in between. Myth number 2. For YouTube marketing to work, I've got to create some kind of offbeat video that goes totally viral. Okay, let's face it, creating a viral video is just one strategy among many. And if it happened, that's great because you're going to get hundreds of thousands of views. But it's just one strategy, and it's really a low percentage game. So what you want to do is, it might not complement your business or your brand. And so what you want to do is you want to work to build your brand. And most small businesses find success using other methods. For example, they can use video to entertain and inform prospects and customers, and on occasion they can entertain. Another misconception is that Facebook has made YouTube irrelevant. These social media platforms are not mutually exclusive, they're mutually supportive. What's more, YouTube accounts for 43.1% of online videos viewed, according to ComScore. And Facebook accounts for only 0.7% of videos viewed. So it's really apples and oranges, basically. It's not an either-or situation, it's both. And finally, my business doesn't have good content for videos. No one would be interested. This is a common trap that businesses fall into. It's wrong. With a little imagination, every business can use YouTube to its advantage. When a business falls into this trap, they usually have a distorted picture of what their video should look like or be about, i.e., some kind of glossy production that promotes their company. When deciding whether to roll the camera, ask yourself this: how can I add value to the customer experience? What's relevant to the needs, pain points, and wishes of my prospects and/or current customers? When you frame it this way, the possibilities of YouTube should become much clearer to you. You don't have to create a Hollywood production, and your video doesn't have to be so funny that it gets passed via email to everyone on earth. The reality is, every business can benefit from YouTube. That may sound like a stretch, but it's true, and I'll give you some reasons why and some examples to demonstrate the possibilities. Let's dig into the top 5 reasons that all businesses can and should use YouTube to market and send themselves. 1. There isn't a lot of competition. Very few small businesses engage in video marketing, so rolling the camera is a very easy and cost-effective way to distinguish your company from your competitors. Let me show you an example of what I mean. House painting can be a very lucrative business, especially in an affluent town like Boulder, Colorado. But doing a search for Boulder house painter reveals that there are no videos on the first page of Google. A smart house painter could show videos of houses they've recently painted or demonstrate their expertise in using certain tools or types of paint, or answer some of the common questions people have about hiring a painter. But there's nothing to be found. There's a big opportunity here. The opportunity to get some search engine visibility, while your competitors are slugging it out against each other with boring old text. Google loves video. In fact, it loves video so much that it bought YouTube a few years ago. Google now shows video results in their search engine results pages, which are called SERPs. So YouTube can be a cost-effective search engine strategy if you're looking to rank above the scroll line for competitive terms that you otherwise wouldn't have a shot at. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. This is another search for house painters in another affluent town, this time La Jolla, California. Do you see the videos in the result right at the top of the page? See how much they stand out versus the other listings because of the image? That's the power of getting video in the search engines. Another reason is that YouTube gives you an opportunity to demonstrate your expertise. Demonstrating your expertise is one of the most powerful forces of persuasion there is. This strategy can be used by just about anyone. but it's perfect for professional services firms that may have thought YouTube was off limits for them. Here's an example of a law firm using YouTube to build authority by educating viewers. This lawyer will certainly stand out from the competition by creating credibility, experience, and authority early in the customer's research process for finding a new lawyer. It's a smart move. Another way you can use YouTube is to demonstrate the benefits of your product or service. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video on YouTube is worth several thousand more. YouTube gives you the opportunity to create compelling product demonstrations to your prospects. And remember the adage about showing, not telling? Demonstrating your product is one of the most powerful things you can do to ramp up sales. Here is a great example of the power of video to drive home a marketing message. The Blend Tech videos became a YouTube sensation a few years ago and literally catapulted this company to the top of the industry. They have hundreds of videos showing the power of the industrial strength blenders by literally blending every physical object that you can imagine. They blended iPhones, computers, golf balls, and just about anything that you can imagine. This was a fantastic way to demonstrate their product and take on the competition. YouTube is a great platform for creating how-to guides that will boost customer satisfaction and help you retain business. Whenever you add value to the customer experience, your company becomes stickier for the customer and loyalty goes up. So if you were a restaurant, you could show how to make a particular type of food, which would be a great way. Here's a good example from this restaurant and cooking school called the Mermaid Inn. The executive chef takes time to show viewers how they can recreate some of their favorite recipes at home. So, okay, there were some good examples of how other businesses are using YouTube to their advantage. I hope they spark some ideas for you and your business. Let's move on to the 7 specific steps you can take to ensure that your YouTube marketing success. Step number 1. Start with keyword research. It's kind of like my mantra. You have to do the keyword research to find out what people are searching for. If you find out what they search for, your target market is searching for that when they're going to YouTube also. If you find out, you'll have instant insight into what kind of content you should create. Step number 2 is work your videos into your video. Work your keywords into your video. You want to work it into the title, the description, and even the video's file name. And all of these suggestions play an important part in ensuring your video ranks as high as possible on the search engines. After all, people still search by keywords. Third, as a rule, you want to create short, interesting videos. Keep them between 2 and 5 minutes. And I like to say that you want to keep them between 30 seconds and 1 minute. People have a short attention span, so you want to make sure that you don't lose them. Include a call to action. This is 4th, which means that at the end of the video you want them to either call you and give the phone number, or visit a website, or leave comments below. You want them to do something at the end of the video, so make sure you put a strong call to action at the end of the video. Next, use other social media. Leverage it to use like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter to promote your videos. And again, these different channels don't exist in isolation. They should be leveraged to get the most value from each one of them. Invest in SEO for your video. What that means is search engine optimization. You want to do a little bit so that you can get that video up on the ranks. It doesn't take a lot, but it does take something. Be sure to budget some time to optimize your video for search engine optimization. Finally, make sure that you have several videos. Make a habit to create content on a regular basis. You should create a YouTube page for your company and treat it like your own channel. Fill it up with compelling content on a regular basis. Okay, so that's the 7 tips for YouTube marketing and success. In the next section, I'll answer some of the commonly asked questions about YouTube for business. And if you don't see your question here, be sure to call in your question or write your question in the box below. And I'll do my best to answer it with a comment after I get back to reading them. So, do you need to hire a professional production team to create my videos? No, you don't. Because it's not essential that you create a highly polished video. In fact, lower production values can be an asset. Believe it or not, spending too much money producing the video is more of a problem than spending too little. If you look too slick, it may actually work against you. Most YouTube videos are shot with a $300 camera. YouTube videos are 320 by 400 pixels. You could spend $100,000 on a video, but no one's going to see it. What kind of equipment do I need? Another frequently asked question is, what kind of equipment do I need? Do I need some kind of fancy stuff? Well, you don't really. Many days you can just have a point and shoot camera, and even smartphones with acceptable video capturing capabilities. The other thing that you can use, well, if you use your smartphone, make sure you turn it horizontally so that it fits into the YouTube things. Otherwise, you're going to have black sides to your videos. You can also use a webcam. And you can also edit your video or movie. You can add titles, effects, and scrub out recording flubs with free programs like iMovie or Windows Movie Maker. You can find really inexpensive video cameras and microphones online or at Best Buy. And something that we can recommend is Camtasia or ScreenFlow, programs that let you record whatever is happening on your computer screen. This is great for user tutorials. There is also another one that's really inexpensively called Screencast-O-Matic. So consider getting that one. I think that's $15 for 2 years. All the equipment that I've mentioned here can be had for under $500. What about other video sharing platforms like Vimeo and iTunes? Well, creating a video podcast and publishing it on iTunes is a great option, though it requires a little more savvy than the YouTube route. And Vimeo does not allow free video sharing for commercial purposes. In August of 2011, the company launched Vimeo Pro, which is a paid service, which is about $200 per year, or at least was at that time. It gives you 50 gigs of space, 250,000 embedded video plays, and it lets businesses take advantage of Vimeo's gorgeous design and sleek user interface. And it's certainly fine to take advantage of these different platforms, but the more places you get your content published and distributed, the better. But if you only have the time and resources to do one thing, make it YouTube. So how can you promote your videos? If you leverage other social media platforms, as I discussed earlier, include video links in your newsletter or email signature, embed videos on your website and blog, and if you want to get a little more serious, you can take advantage of a feature in YouTube that allows you to promote your videos, which is to pay to have them to show up when people search for certain terms. You can see in this screenshot that the videos on the right are promoted videos. This is effectively the paid advertising vehicle of YouTube. Another question is, should I build a network on YouTube? And the answer is absolutely. Remember, YouTube is considered a social media network, just like Facebook. Be sure to engage with the viewers and with other content creators. By doing so, you'll create relationships that are more likely to share your videos with other viewers, which just means more visibility for your business. Great questions here. How can you create a compelling video? Well, you don't have to be the great producers in Hollywood. You can rely on your specific expertise and industry knowledge. And if you can talk about it, you can create a video about it. What you want to do is focus on creating videos that are helpful, valuable, and relevant to your prospecting clients. You know their needs, so create videos that address them. Your video doesn't have to be pure entertainment. In a more professional context, your content may consist of how-tos and answers to frequently asked questions and/or expertise or expert interviews. That will be completely compelling to the right audience. So how do you make your video findable? You start with a good title that includes your keywords in the first few words. One common approach is to add colon after your initial keywords and rephrase your title for maximum effect. For example, your video on saving money for college might be called College Savings Plans, the 529 plan in your child. Create a good lengthy description that starts with the full URL. Be as descriptive and keyword focused as possible. Within reason, of course. You don't want to overdo it. And also be sure to include any and all related keywords in the tags field. Following these steps will help you be found more easily by people searching YouTube for your type of content. We're near the end, and if you can't, you can do it because we can help you do it. And what I want you to say is, don't be daunted by YouTube. It's really just an amazing resource for your business, and you have the means to leverage it, believe me. And you can always come to us for help with your YouTube or other online marketing needs. Well, that's all we have for today. If you have questions, please put them into the comment field below, or you know how, give me a call. You know where I'm at, 262-757-8723. Thank you. See you soon.